Hey family, it's Tasha, MAMABEAR Preppy. Welcome to the channel. Welcome back to the channel. You already know what time it is. Get your drink, pull up. Let's talk about it. So today, I want to talk about just urgency and the importance of preparing in general, right? And how two things, I've never felt greater than I feel right now in regards to goals we have, projects we're doing, getting ready for the gardening season, stocking up, those staples, switching our food to a more, not even holistic, just a more whole food. I am not stockpiling preserved food anymore. I am stockpiling whole foods pretty much only. And my family has actually done a pact where, we're not going to buy preserved foods moving forward. Now, we obviously have been doing preparedness for a while. So we have stuff on our shelves, we have snacks, we have all types of stuff. I mean, this is baby steps. This is not going to be easy, but I think it's very important with hard days ahead, what is going to happen ahead of us. None of us are really ready, even those of us that prepare. And I think that the more you grasp on to your ancestors and the way that they did things and learning how they did things, learning how they survived through things, learning how they did stuff without power. How did they keep fresh milk and butter and their meats? How did they keep that all preserved, right? And depending on where you live, this looks different, but you should be doing the research right now and finding out what our people used to do. And I think that skill set alone, understanding how to do things, how our ancestors used to do it, is going to be huge for survival. That, and don't leave your stinking house. When things go left, do not leave. You need to hunker down. That's why we say prepare, prepare, prepare. You should be like a little squirrel right now, getting all the things, preparing. And that could be things, that could be knowledge, that could be all types of things. But prioritizing, organizing, inventorying, that should be the top of your list. And there shouldn't be any of this noise. You need to shut all the noise out. I don't care if you want to watch the news and see what's happening, because I do the same. That's fine. But I give zero merit to it, right? I might talk about some things on here that have me concerned, right? Like I'm concerned because I keep up on infectious diseases, things that are going on. I'm concerned that we're still having issues with people going blind and having eyeballs surgically removed, and for these eye drops, that we can't get this out in the media enough to ensure that people are not using these eye drops anymore. I'm concerned that Marburg has popped up in Tanzania, and like first of all, the stuff that popped up in I was going to say Ecuador and Guinea, right? That was that's like 5 out of 8 people, right? No. Sorry, I got my numbers mixed up. 9 people, and there's 20 probable more cases. That's still going on over there. In Tanzania, it is 5 out of 8. This just popped up recently, March 21st, 22nd. So very recently, last week, right? And so they're dealing with that. And this, you're talking about an 88% death rate, right? And so they're going to be working on that where they're at. But this is stuff to keep in mind. That's Marburg now. That's popped up twice this year in 2 separate spots. Something to be of concern. We have been warned by Mr. Gates, Mr. G, that this stuff would happen. That we've been warned by him from smallpox outbreak as a bioweapon, and we've been warned for Marburg, which Marburg, if you didn't know, is in the family of Ebola. So I pay attention to that stuff, but you can't pay attention to it. You have to. I don't know if some of you know that I've mentioned on this channel. I went from preserving food literally like every day or every other day, and I planned out the week, and I constantly was preserving food. And literally the last probably 4 months, I have done zilch. I have not done anything. I've moved that, right? I've adjusted my preparedness to other stuff, right? I was stockpiling staples. I was doing some other stuff, organizing, that type of stuff. But as far as like for real, preserving food, pressure canning, water bathing, dehydrate. I mean, you name it, anything that has to do with food preservation. I was not doing it. You guys. And so, maybe I just need a mental break, but I think more now than ever. But I've very recently, in the last couple of days, got my mojo back, got my spark back, started doing stuff. And now I'm back on the mentality of do what I'm shifting towards, which is whole foods, whole ingredients, stockpiling the basics like crazy. And then I'm concentrating more on food preservation, getting food made, soups made, fruits canned, jams made, stuff made, put on the shelf to be shelf stable. You name it, whatever it is. It could be desserts, it could be vegetables, fruits, meats, beans, a ton of soups. But my goal is can, right? Getting back to food preservation. My goal is taking these staples, these basics that I'm buying, and preserving them the best way I can to make them stay as fresh as possible on the shelf, right? And to be protected from contamination, right? That is what I'm working on. And I'm stressing on that because I think that what's coming is going to be worse than any of us could have imagined, right? None of us really know what this is going to feel like. Yes, mentally, I've said, okay. And maybe you've gone through some spurts where you had to live life. You went through something. You went through a storm. You went through a catastrophic event. And so it's easier for you to understand what is going to happen. But I think that if things are going to happen on a level that is going to be difficult, even for the hardened people that have gone through something, is going to be difficult to go through. However, those people do and will understand and will be able to adapt quicker than the average person. People who prepared will be able to adapt quicker because that is what preps are for, is to transition to the possibility that whatever has happened is life altering, right? Meaning life is not going back to the way it was. And your preps are to give you quality of life. It's to help you ease you into a new way of living, okay, depending on what has happened. And so it's important. Those people that have prepared are going to adapt better than other people. Those people that have prepared are probably going to make decisions a little bit better because they've thought those scenarios through. They've thought about the nasty stuff that it can happen, and they've thought through, hey, this is what you would do. This is what you would not do, so that they don't make bad decisions, right? It's gonna be tough. And I think more than ever is the time that you buckle down. You don't pay attention to the noise. You don't pay attention to the naysayers, the people that say you're crazy. Just ignore them. Don't even tell them what you're doing anymore. Just squirrel. Get your stuff, get your nuts, get your things, get your preparedness things, finish your goals, complete your projects, execute the things you want to do. Continue to budget, get stuff in, prioritize, write it down, write out your emergency plans, continue to secure and fortify your home. Really just continue to all the things that we talk about on a regular basis, make a priority and get, right? Me and my family are moving towards a self-sufficient life, but also a more holistic as far as the foods and all of that stuff that we are putting in our bodies and using. That's a slow process, right? It is a slow process, right? You wouldn't believe the stuff that has preservatives in it when you go shopping. If you just go shopping and say, I'm only going to buy fresh something. I'm not going to buy anything that's prepackaged, pre-done for me, has preservatives. Just look at the ingredients. If you do not know what it is, it's bad stuff. A lot of the stuff too, we've started Googling what it is. It's not good. And a lot of it is to make it hold its color or hold its form or be able to hold it and make it shelf stable for longer than it normally would be able to be shelf stable, right? They have to add these certain chemicals, these certain things for it to be able to put it on a shelf like that. Diving deep. We're diving deep now with local meat. We talked about local farmers, local meat. We've bought from local farmers before, but now we're talking about going much harder in the paint, right? Getting that half a cow, getting that half a pig, whatever it is, buying it and then preserving it, making it shelf stable, right? Not necessarily getting all that and then filling in the freezers, because that's not necessarily the smartest way to go either, right? But getting that meat, getting that fresh meat that doesn't have preservatives, that doesn't even have some of those basic things that they put in there so that, let's say pork meat, for example, so it doesn't go rancid. But if you're buying that stuff fresh, as fresh as you can get, and then you're bringing it home, preserving it, that's the best, okay? Super important that you think about the things that you're going to want in the future and you get them in your house. You get them under your roof. You get them in your house. You get them hidden. You hide some of it. You don't leave all of it out. You secure and fortify your home. You get your water, food, meds. You get your defensive tools. I can't stress this enough, okay? And I get it. People are like, you sound like a broken record, just over and over and over hitting this. It is important. I cannot stress it. The time is now for you to buckle down and do what you have to do. I get it. Anxiety, stress, overwhelmingness. That's fine. The overwhelmingness comes from not being organized. You need to calmly sit down with a beverage, write out your goals, write out a budget, write out what your money-wise looks like for preps, write out some goals that you can do for getting some preps, write out the priorities that you need to do, write out the food you want to preserve, everything, okay? Super important. I don't care if you're preserving one thing a week and you're just simply going to the store and getting one thing that's on sale, whatever's on sale, not whatever, something that you guys eat that's on sale. Concentrate on that, preserve that for the week, right? And then concentrate on your regular budget stuff, your regular stuff. Concentrate on your free apps, your garage selling, your other areas for different things, your books at thrift stores, super cheap. You know, Goodwill has tons and tons of books for anywhere from $1 to $3. I mean, just phenomenal stuff. Start your garden. You need to try to be self-sufficient as possible where you are at. I don't care what that is. That's something. I don't care if you say you have a studio and you have zero space. You probably somewhere on your wall have a space for a vertical herb garden. You probably do, right? And it could be something just super cool, super decor. You can make it match and not be this ugly thing, right? Put some love into this, right? What is going to help you survive? Get a shelf in your apartment, get some lights, and just do microgreens only. Use the link in the description box. Go to Survival Garden Seeds. They have 2 different sizes of microgreens. They're beautiful micros. Micros are done in 7 days. So you do that and you have those and you just have rotations of those flats and you're eating and you'll have fresh greens, which are super packed with nutrients, 10 times more. Like, for example, broccoli microgreens is like 10 or 15 times the nutrients of regular broccoli, right? So microgreens is a absolute must in your preps. If you do not have microgreen seeds, you need to get those. Those are amazing. Those are going to be amazing for you because they grow so fast. So for you, for your greens, it's going to be amazing if you're trying to feed your chicken still. It's good, and super high in nutrients that you're going to need later moving forward. So if you don't have your microgreens set up, do that. That's something simple that's not going to cause this big scene and you have a whole room full of plants or whatever, right? Super easy to do, super easy to harvest once a week. And if you just keep doing it, you're going to have them on a regular rotation where, you're starting a new tray and you're processing the first tray you started, but you have trays in between that, whatever. Okay. I think that it's an amazing concept. It's easy to do. I think that don't do what I did when I first did microgreens. I did great. They were so beautiful. And then something happened. Family was here. Time got away from me and they went to crap. But they speak for themselves, right? Round 2, so much better. So tasty. Drizzle it with a little bit of soy sauce and olive oil or something. Oh my goodness, so good. Greens, okay? Microgreens. So anyway, you guys, please pay attention to what's going on, but do the things. Do not stop doing the things. Don't stop to pay attention to other people. It's important to do it, to push through a little bit of stress, push through the anxiety. If you have to take a break, you listen to yourself. You know when you need to take a break. I needed to take a break from food preservation for a while. My body was done. It was sick. It was done doing that. It was like, let's do something else. And so I did that, okay? But it's time to get back on it. So I hope you guys stay well. I hope you had a great weekend. I hope you have a beautiful week planned ahead of you. The sun is out here. We're going to see how long that lasts. And I'll see you guys tomorrow on the next video. Take care. Bye.